Karen destroyed my son's bike, got fined $80,000, and had T.O. deliver a new one herself. The summer sun hung low over Willow Creek, painting the cul-de-sac in hues of gold. For 9-year-old Ethan, it was the summer of freedom. His red Schwinn bike, his trusty steed. He'd race down the street, wind whipping through his messy brown hair, chasing dreams only a child could understand. His mother, Sarah, watched from the porch, her heart swelling with pride. That bike wasn't just metal and rubber, it was Ethan's first taste of independence. A gift from his late father, Mark, who taught him to ride just before the cancer took him. Every pedal was a memory, every scrape on the frame a badge of adventure. But in Willow Creek, peace was fragile, and trouble wore a name. Karen Mitchell. Karen was the neighborhood's self-appointed queen, a woman in her late 40s with a penchant for control. Her manicured lawn was flawless, her HOA complaints relentless. She'd scold kids for chalk drawings, berate dog walkers for stray fur, and once called the police over a lemonade stand's unpermitted signage. To her, Ethan's bike was an eyesore, often left on the driveway when he rushed inside for dinner. "It's a safety hazard," she'd snapped at Sarah one evening, her voice sharp as a blade. Sarah, a single mom juggling 2 jobs, bit her tongue. She couldn't afford a feud. But Karen's disdain wasn't just words, it was action waiting to happen. One humid July afternoon, Ethan burst through the door, tears streaming down his freckled face. "Mom, my bike!" he sobbed, dragging her outside. There, in the driveway, lay his Schwinn, reduced to a mangled heap. The frame was snapped, the wheels bent beyond repair. Sarah's stomach churned. This wasn't an accident, it was deliberate. Neighbors whispered from their yards, phones already out, recording the scene. It was her. Mrs. Lopez, the elderly widow next door, muttered, pointing toward Karen's pristine colonial. "I saw her with a crowbar." Sarah's blood boiled, but she knelt beside Ethan, wiping his tears. "We'll fix this, sweetheart," she promised, though her voice trembled. She marched to Karen's door, Ethan trailing behind, clutching his toy truck like a lifeline. Karen answered with a smirk, her arms crossed. "What's the problem, Sarah?" "Your kid's junk was cluttering the street." Sarah's fists clenched. "You destroyed his bike. That was his father's gift." Karen scoffed. "Prove it. Maybe it was some delinquent. Kids these days have no respect." The neighborhood watched, tension crackling like static. Sarah didn't back down. She filed a police report, leaning on Mrs. Lopez's testimony and a grainy security video from a neighbor's doorbell camera. It showed Karen, crowbar in hand, smashing the bike with methodical fury. The footage went viral on X, sparking outrage. Hashtags like Justice for Ethan trended, and Willow Creek became a battleground of opinions. Some called Karen a bully. Others, her few allies, claimed she was upholding community standards. The court date came swiftly. Sarah, in her best blazer, stood before the judge, Ethan's small hand in hers. Karen, flanked by an expensive lawyer, oozed confidence. But the evidence was undeniable. The judge's gavel fell like thunder. Karen was fined $80,000 for property damage, emotional distress, and punitive measures. She was also ordered to personally deliver a new bike to Ethan, a public act of accountability. The courtroom buzzed, and Sarah felt a fleeting sense of triumph. But the twist came unexpectedly, unraveling the victory's sweetness. At the hearing, a shy teenager named Mia, Karen's daughter, took the stand. Her voice quivered as she revealed a truth no one saw coming. Karen's rage stemmed from grief. Her husband, Mia's father, had died in a cycling accident years ago, hit by a reckless driver. Karen's hatred of bikes wasn't just pettiness, it was a wound that festered, twisting her into someone who saw every bicycle as a threat. Mia's testimony didn't excuse the act, but it cracked open Karen's facade, showing a broken woman beneath the venom. The neighborhood's judgment softened, if only slightly. The day of the delivery was surreal. Karen, stripped of her usual bravado, arrived at Sarah's doorstep, pushing a gleaming new Schwinn. Her face was pale, her eyes red-rimmed. Ethan, hesitant, accepted the bike but didn't smile. The crowd that gathered wasn't cheering, it was silent, watching a woman humbled, a boy still hurting. Sarah wanted to feel vindicated, but all she felt was a hollow ache. The bike was replaced, but Ethan's spark was dimmer. He rode less, his laughter quieter, as if Karen's crowbar had broken more than metal. Months later, Sarah overheard him talking to his toy truck, whispering, "Dad would have fought for me." Her heart shattered. The fine, the new bike, the public shaming known of it could restore what was lost. Karen moved away, her house sold to a young couple with a toddler. Mia stayed in touch, leaving cookies on Sarah's porch with apology notes, trying to mend what her mother broke. Willow Creek healed, but the scars lingered. Ethan's new bike gleamed in the garage, rarely touched. Sarah watched him grow cautious, his childhood joy tainted by an adult's cruelty. The $80,000 fine was a headline, a fleeting victory in a story that ended in quiet tragedy. Justice was served, but it tasted bitter. What do you think, was the punishment enough? Or does true justice lie beyond fines and apologies? Share your thoughts on what fairness means in a community torn by anger and loss.